there. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I hope you are having a beautiful day. We're going to get you some clarity. See what's going on in the energy, what would be helpful, what messages need to be heard today. It is a timeless collective reading, so see which messages feel like they resonate for you. You're going to know it'll feel different. It'll feel like it's twinkly. And if it just doesn't make any sense, it might not be a message for you. It's for somebody else. It could also be a message that makes no sense right now, is for you, and makes sense later. Always follow and trust that divine connection that is in you to your higher self, to God, to source, to the universe, because the answer is always in you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition, so your decisions are sound, based in love, and for the highest, greatest good of everybody. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's dive into the tarot. This is the art of life. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. What is the opening message? The opening situation, the advice that would be helpful straight out of the gate for the collective today. Ooh, you got the Magician. The Magician and the Six of Cups. What's at the bottom? And the Chariot. Okay, I've got some big energy going on. There absolutely could be a soulmate coming through, whether that's somebody new or somebody coming back. There's also something that you are manifesting and hitting the gas on in your life that's putting a little more fun in your everyday world. I don't feel like this is just kind of like a fun weekend. I feel like this is little things that you are doing that are creating these magical moments more and more. And the more you have these magical moments, the more you want to create. This could also be where you're not just getting in the driver's seat, you're getting in the basket of the balloon and rising above a situation. You're both going with the flow, you know, the current of energies as they move. But I also feel like you're not afraid to fire something up a little bit brighter or bigger if you need to. If you need to ride along those currents a little faster. The Chariot's beautiful. The Chariot is getting on the road to your destiny. The Chariot is you feeling like there's finally forward momentum or expansive movement in your life. It's where you feel like you are back in power, but in personal power, not any kind of overpowering. It's also where if anything was kind of nerve-wracking or intimidating before, something that kind of intimidated you before is, I just heard small beans. I don't know why I heard small beans now. That intimidation is just small beans to you now. It's like I got transported back into 1832. Maybe something is like a can of beans. I don't know why I just thought of a whoopee cushion. Maybe it's humor. Also the beans, I think of soaking something so that you don't fart. So maybe there's something about you really soaking in a situation, or maybe you were soaking in something too long before and your toes started to prune in that situation of the past. So maybe there is something from the past you were kind of holding on to, or was tying your beautiful hot air balloon Chariot down to the ground for a little too long, so you weren't getting very far. I see somebody that has the kite and they're like, I want to see that kite go farther. And they're just like, go, be free, kite. Or, when like a little kid lets go of the balloon. There's something about maybe that release being a little weird, like, oh, my balloon. But then you just watch it in awe, like, wow, that's beautiful. And this could be a photo opportunity. Get out the camera and, do something with that opportunity, because there's something beautiful in the release here. There could also be something very beautiful coming back into your life. It could also be you letting go of maybe a harsh energy or a hold on kind of energy and letting yourself play a little bit. This is also tapping into your inner child. The energy of nostalgia is sometimes where you're remembering something in a more or less fun light than it actually happened, because memory is a funny thing. So it's not getting lost in the past, in the reruns. It's recognizing that here you are, this is where you are. So how can you make today so beautiful that maybe there's a moment tomorrow that you just feel so much gratitude that you let yourself have that experience today. It's that blending of time and space. So you remember you're here and now. If there's somebody coming in your life or you already met, it can be that, how do I know you? Have we met before kind of energy. It's that soul recognition. It's also a pure kind of love. It can be platonic. It usually has an innocence about it, but it's a purity. Sometimes I also see that Six of Cups energy as a gift. Somebody might have a gift for you. Maybe it's somebody's birthday. It could also be a gift of maybe clarity, or I see a gift of knowledge, because it could be somebody gifting you something that helps you revitalize or revise something you were doing, maybe with an old narrative in an old way, that actually gets something to really start moving faster. It's like that little piece of magical wisdom. That might be your gift towards someone else, or maybe somebody didn't even know they were gifting you that wisdom, but you're getting that, aha, wow. It's going to be something inside of it. You like act upon that thing that you think about, that idea that came through, that light bulb that went off, that epiphany that you recognized and are learning to understand. The Magician is where you're tapping into all of those beautiful energies that are all around you. You're being, you know, the narrator of your story, the conductor of your orchestra, the driver of your chariot. I don't really feel these cards upside down. They just kind of aren't made that way. But upside down Magician is the weird salesman that sells the lemon and doesn't believe in their product and has the quick fix thing. It's like manipulation of energy to get out, and it's just kind of dirty. You know, it's sort of self-involved, and there's a lesson to be learned with somebody that's trying to trick. You know, it's like Mother Nature's going to come back and bite somebody's ass if somebody's trying to control the weather, unless somebody's trying to get rid of the chemtrails with some orgonite or something like that. Hey, that's different. It's almost like helping Mama Nature out with what maybe, oh, wow, that was weird. If that makes any sense to you, I'm just going to let that go. Maybe you see some funny little lines in the sky. Anyway, you do have the clouds here. I just thought of like cloud busting, or the power of your thoughts, the power of your intentions. So maybe if that's something that irritates you, you know, if it's anything like that conspiracy theories kind of stuff, but not, maybe it's not focusing on the negative. Find the damn solution. Switch up, maybe not that situation. A situation's a situation, you know, awkward things are there. But maybe there's something being presented to you. Maybe it's not that big. Maybe it's just an awkward situation in your life. Maybe something is being presented to you because you're the one that's going to figure out the solution. You're the one that's going to make something weird actually be a beautiful destiny. You're the one that has the potential to make something be different, or be all of the difference. I'm getting really big earth healing energy with that, but it could be big healing energy you get to provide on this earth. I'm getting a lot of healing with this Magician. Even a little bit of Reiki, maybe color therapy, sound therapy. Maybe you heal through music. Maybe you write one song. Maybe you even sing a cover. But the way you sing that song is in a way that maybe changes the style, or it brings this emotion that you have because you have a connection to it. That all, you know, when you hear a song and all of a sudden you hear it because somebody else sang it. Where if it was like pop on the radio, you're kind of grooving with it, but then you never even heard the words you're saying. And then all of a sudden, maybe somebody that has like a, you know, big song, and all of a sudden somebody takes that and they're like, oh, that is a gorgeous melody. Maybe I can do a ballad. And then you hear the ballad version and you're like, wow, is that what that's about? You know, you've been singing it in the shower for so long, but sometimes it takes that person that like taps into something different to see that same thing in a new light. I'm kind of getting that. Maybe there's an old situation. Maybe some of you invent something that's the key or the solution to overall healing and whatever that is. That was a lot of messages, and I didn't even read the cards. The Magician. It's also a, need to wipe these off a little. The Magician is a Gemini / Virgo. The Six of Cups is generally a water sign, but it's not usually a specific sign. The Chariot can be a Cancer. So I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Yeah, you are. Who else is going to be the captain of your soul but you? So even if it's your ego, which your ego is here to protect, but sometimes the ego has past situations that have occurred, and it's like, oh, protection, that's happened in the past. Warning, 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 warning. And sometimes those warnings are just the old brain getting in the way of something that's actually a gift or a lesson you can overcome. Because if you're looking at everything through the same old workbook you did, but now you're in a new class, you have to open up like the new rule book, the new manual, the new you, to see that you can handle a situation. Because I feel like a lot of you have a situation, you're like, that's too much like what I think that past one was. But are you different? Have you changed? Therefore, maybe how you handle a situation might be different. It could also be that you have some warning things coming up, and now you listen to it because you've been down that weird road before, and there's an elevated way to look at that situation, or it's just not getting into that situation again. If anything was a red flag. You have to be the one to navigate your own situation and trust yourself. No one is going to know you better than you. But sometimes you have to think about not the you that's doing all the talking, but who's the you, the higher self that is now observing the one doing the talking. It starts to get deep. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. That's William Henry. And this is Opus. Oh, it's tiny. Opus 217. Against the backdrop of rhythm and beats and angles, tones, and tints. Portrait of Felix Finian, 1898. Museum of Modern Art. Six of Cups. Somebody who maybe was left out in the cold, or looking at a situation vicariously through a phone or a screen instead of opening up that window or opening up that opportunity and maybe joining somebody in an experience. Maybe somebody is recognizing that they left somebody out in the cold, or maybe somebody is recognizing that maybe being left out in the cold and moving along is exactly what the doctor ordered. That was a weird way for that to come through. God gave us memory so that we might have roses in December. I just thought of that song December by Collective Soul, but I can't think of how it goes. But I also thought of the December by Counting Crows. I felt like that was a poem. I like want to listen to it again. Maybe you write poems or poetry. The one, the long December, and there's reason to believe maybe this year will be better than the last. I can kind of get it. Maybe it's about this year being way better than the last. You have to be a part of that. Sir J.M. Barrie. And then you got the old Chariot here. Also looks like a beach ball to me, so maybe you're doing something at the beach. Maybe the ball is in your court. Also, maybe somebody had a lump in their throat. I just thought of lump. I like when I get the weird messages that come through. She's lump, she's lump, she's lump, she's in my head. It's like do-do-do-do-do. What's that? The Presidents of the United States of America? Maybe somebody had a lump in their throat. There's also a song called Limp by Fiona Apple, and I can't quite think of how it goes, but it's like it has some cool like music behind it though. Do not go where the path may lead. You have to lead here. It's not like follow the leader. This is not that situation. That's why I saw you doing something that nobody else thought of. This is not like, you know, duck, duck, goose. If it is, you're the goose and you're meant to go a different way. Or you're the swan that is now recognizing you aren't a duck. Is that right? Is that what the black swan is? Or the ugly duckling? Wasn't it a swan? I feel like you're the swan. Maybe you believed you were like, you know, everyone else, but you're not. You're meant to be the swan. You're meant to be different. You're meant to stand out. You're meant to shine, but maybe it's also being that one that's maybe not exactly like everyone else, but you still like embrace everyone else. You still can get along with everyone else. I do see somebody who has a lot of different friend groups or a lot of different types of people they kind of can connect to. I still feel like you're kind of the swan in all those situations. Maybe it's you are the string or you are the connecting factor in something. Do not go where the path may lead, go instead. Hey, where there's no path, and then you leave the damn trail. I did see the trail thing. I'm not going to say it again. You know, maybe it does have to do with something like that for some of you. I keep hearing a solution, and I keep seeing like I don't know, I keep seeing like an interaction with Mother Nature, but like on her side. I'm not sure what I'm getting here. If that is your message, I feel like you're going to know what that is. And I see like books. Can I show you a book? Because it it feels really big. Like there's so much in this book. I think my sister got it for me. Let me just, you know, put it out there because I can't think of the exact name, but maybe this will help somebody. I'll be right back. So this is called The Roots of Consciousness, the Classic Encyclopedia of Consciousness Studies, revised and expanded by Jeffrey Mishlove, PhD, right? But this book has such incredible stories in it. I mean, I just like opened it quick, like dude that bended a key with his brain, you know, his thoughts, like kind of stuff like that. And it's actual studies on this kind of weird shit. It is kind of, now I kind of want to read this book. I did say something. Look, I said something before about a kite, right? Huh. Maybe some of you should get this book. I'll show you it again. Or maybe it's something similar. Let's see if anything. It's all like, you know, quantum mechanics and fun stuff like that. Elements, molecules, hierarchy, mysticism, psychic studies, amazeballs people, miracles, mysteries. Yeah. So, I mean, everything from like ancient India, spiritual anatomy. What else? I can get lost in stuff like this. So anyway, I will just present that to you because here I'm, you know, I'm just a little messenger. Just a little bird for you to go on your own wild goose chase. So let's continue. What else would be helpful for you? I do feel like I want to pull you a career and life card today. So let's do that. Career. Oh, I got like ooh, I like it. It's like we had a backroom costume change. You can tell I just put the other background up. Hey, I like it to be raw and real here. So we got the forest on this side and we have the big rose here and I'm kind of in the middle. Maybe it's between worlds. Maybe you're between a situation right now. Maybe there's a transition. Let's dive into, I just like when weird shit happens in the middle of a reading. Just go with it, man. What would be helpful when it comes to career and life in general? That would be helpful for, the collective. Please and thank you. What's that? Moving up. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely not on the ground here. Even if you're grounded in that basket of the balloon, there's something where you are branching out, moving up, elevating. Maybe some of you are even getting a raise. You're becoming a boss. Maybe you're starting your own business. Maybe whatever project you've been working on is really starting to move. And you got the tower here. Maybe some of you do connect to Paris. Maybe I should pull the, maybe that's a message for us. I have that deck from La France. Let's pull the French deck today. You are increasing, that's what I saw. You're increasing your power and status. I feel like this is respect, man. Like you're getting respected, but by the right people. I even feel like the people that maybe disrespected you before can't help, but even if they don't do it outwardly, they're seeing something where they're giving you respect. You know, they're giving you some props. I also feel like some people that were disrespectful, maybe in the past, are, I hear coming around. I just looked at that, and there's a song, Come Around, by Kali Buds, but that's not the song I'm getting. I'm getting The Good Life, a little reggae song. Also interesting because Kali Buds, like you hear him and then you see him and you're like, whoa, that's not what I pictured at all. So maybe there is something about how your voice doesn't match your, like how you present yourself. There's something that's like a beautiful mismatch. And I feel like maybe that's why you stand out as the swan. I don't exactly know what that is. You know, maybe you work in a place where everyone's in a suit and you come in with like your piercings and your tattoo and your blue hair and you got a suit, but it's like pink, you know, and you got like, I don't know, I see like somebody pink with like bright red shoes or something like that. Like you got your suit, but there's something about you where you're like blending in, but not. Maybe even some of you are kind of the rule breakers a little bit, where maybe there was a way that you have to be perceived on something. You're like, no, you don't. You're cooler like this. Something like that. You may get a promotion or move to a better home or a better office, but either way, you are climbing the ladder of success. And that success is a different definition for each of you. For some of you, maybe you reach retirement and you're like, success! You know, maybe for some of you, you're just starting something and you're like, you know, really only on the roots of a situation, getting everything together. Maybe some of you are just, the success is getting the business plan down. Maybe you haven't even submitted something yet. Maybe success for some of you is upload or making a phone call. Or maybe success is something that you've been putting your energy and effort into, finally getting the results that you were hoping for. For some of you, maybe success is not wanting any stress, wanting to travel the world, visit Paris, and just chillax. I just see like one of those little cafes in Paris. I keep saying Paris, in Paris, where they have like the little tables outside and you just sit on with your little fancy coffee, like watching the people go by. And I just heard siesta. So maybe there's some place where they take a siesta. Maybe you've taken a very long siesta and it's time to get to work so you can move up. Maybe it's waking up from a nap, or maybe some of you need a little cat nap. All right, cool. I like the messages today. So I said something about Paris. I think I have that. I do. Hold on, I gotta move my day lamp. Interesting, because moving this, I just found that I had this on my wrong shelf. This is typically over here is my Oracle shelf, or one of them. And I had the Jazz Age here. So I think that's our tarot deck. So let's do this, because I will have to take a pause because I don't really know French. I could fake it. I could fake it for you guys, but this whole book is in French. My friends brought this back from France for me. So let's get La Citadelle. What is a message that would be helpful? Maybe we'll pull a card, pull the tarot, and then for the end, I have to do my translation so I know what this says. So these are such cool cards. I like the shape. So what is one message helpful on moving up? The Magician, the Six of Cups, the Chariot. Please and thank you. One message for the collective. I just heard my Cherie Amour. My Cherie Amour. Oh, Stevie. Oh, Cherie. Mi amor. My love. Maybe somebody says that. My love. La reine. Oh, you got a few. Okay, well, this is going to be the end of our reading because I'm going to take them all. They needed to come out. They needed to come out. La reine, which is determination and sacrifice. La jumene is Z progier. Sorry about my pronunciation, guys. Bear with me. And dobles natures, like double nature of something. It also feels like it's some kind of like projecting energy. And then you have la poète. Oh, I like that. Relations and vulnerability. I mean, it actually says it in French, but I'm guessing that that is what it means. I'm pretty sure in French, anything that is an ION that we have in our language actually comes from Le Français. I could be wrong about that. I feel like I learned that from my sister. Like projection, attention, concentration, stimulation. Why I'm going there. All of those are from France. I think that's right. If I'm wrong, let me know. So maybe you're, I don't know, being more expressive, or I'm kind of getting more romantic with that poetic energy. Putting a little romance in your life. Maybe you're recognizing the projection that you put out there, but these, I think they're like cranes. There's something about, I hear the rise and the fall, or the beginning and the ending, the sun setting and rising. Both of these birds are flying towards the sun, or a golden opportunity. There's something about two suns. Maybe somebody has two sons, or two brothers or twins or something like that. And oh, hold on. He's loud. I'm just going to keep going. La reine looks like, I mean, that looks like the Ace of Swords to me. It looks like personal power. It looks like somebody in charge. And with that energy of determination, maybe with the sword is determination to have a truthful conversation or mental stimulation. And then sacrifice. So maybe in order to move up, you have to see what needs to be released. So let's get, I want to get just one from the Art of Life, just to get another layer on the other tarot cards. So Art of Life, so these, or not the Art of Life, the Jazz Age. I like because these kind of look old, and I keep thinking of like old Paris. So what is one overall message helpful for the collective on the Chariot, the Six of Cups, moving up La Reine, La Poète, and La Jumanax. I don't know. I know I'm not saying that one right. Jumane? I feel like AUX is something else. Oh, you are moving up. Oh, I love this. You got the bonus card. Maybe that's why I had to pull this. Look, you got the elevator. Maybe something is about to open up for you. Maybe even if you were taking the stairs up, maybe there's a swifter way to elevate in your situation. Maybe this was stuck between floors before, and all of a sudden something is about to present itself or open up or make an offer. Maybe you're even making an offer. This car available. Maybe somebody wasn't available before. Maybe a job wasn't available before. Maybe you weren't available before. I feel like you weren't available to something inside yourself, which is kind of weird. It's like you got yourself stuck in the elevator. I also feel like if you felt stuck, you know, I'm getting that kind of like little bit of like enclosed space kind of thing, a little claustrophobia, then I feel like I see someone like almost superhero like being like, And I feel like you are getting yourself out of this box that maybe only went up and down and up and down. And you're getting like the Willy Wonka elevator that's all of a sudden like a bouncy ball in the sky that can really expand more than just up and down or like linear. I guess that linear. Yeah, because I feel like there was something where you're only like in the one building before, something like that. And I see the elevator like busting out of the ceiling. Maybe it's busting through the glass ceiling. Maybe you're in an in-between right now. Maybe it's knocking on the door. Maybe you have to wait for something to get on your floor. Maybe you have to wait for someone or something to get on your level. Maybe somebody's working its way towards you. I just heard that song. I'll be working my way back to you, babe, with a burning love inside. All right, so cool. I like that I did that, and it was the bonus. Bonus. So let's get you a mystery message. That's also kind of a bonus. Bonus for the collective. What would be something extra helpful to know? I did hear burning love inside. Well, extra message. This doesn't have to be love too. This could be somebody who like, you know, let's just say it's somebody that could be a new boss or offering you a job. It's like, ooh, they really want you to be in their company or something like that. Like they're not just like, come to the interview. They're like going to take you on a, you know, fancy coffee date or something like that. They're like, no, we want to show you how good you will be treated here. Maybe you need to see where somebody will treat you like you deserve. Maybe you're ready to woo someone else. Maybe there's someone on this journey that, you know, you meet along the way, and maybe it starts with coffee and ends up in Paris. I like that. That's what I saw with the balloon. If you don't know what to do, let go. Let go and let God, especially if it's something behind any kind of closed door, intricate as that door may look. Because sometimes there's a closed door so that something is orchestrated, created, and you put that manifestation energy out there. Sometimes you have to let God and the universe work to get it prepared and plump for you. One more. What is one more for the collective? One more. Spotlight's on you. I did see somebody, you know, trying to really impress you or woo you. So right now, don't worry about whoever's in the audience, whoever's watching you or not. Right now, that spotlight is on you, and the only thing you are looking at is that portal of possibility, the universe of potential that's in front of you, and maybe not where you were, but recognizing that where you were is a part of your journey and your story that gets you towards this universal leap of faith into the unknown. It's unknown, but it looks so beautiful. It looks like out there, there's so much energy. The difference is that light. It's like these are almost like, you know, stage lights here. But for you, there's this spotlight that's coming almost like an energy of a star shining through that portal on you. So maybe it is a star energy for some of you, or reaching your goal, or reaching your dreams, fulfilling your potential. But it's more like soul potential, not just like, I knew you could do it. It's more like the universe, like, yeah, that's why you signed up for this. We knew you could do it. Do it. And then I'll have all that energy out there. It's like supernovas and energy and everything just all entwined, ready for you to connect to it. Beautiful. Let's get you, since we have the universe, let's get you a universe, and then we'll see what the French cards have to say. But I gotta go get my iPad so I can translate it. So one message from the universe, please and thank you. Message from the universe. Of course, you're getting extra messages today. I tried to make today's reading shorter, and then they just want to keep coming. They're like, no, we have a lot to say to the collective today. So if you're worried about you not having the strength to move on, think of how much strength you're using to hold on. Then just redirect your energy and enjoy your life. That's what I saw with the Six of Cups. It's like too much stress on maybe what you can't control. Or maybe how something turns, like, I just heard turns over. Not turn about, but I heard turn over. Prioritize self-healing right now. Put your needs above everyone else's for once. It's time to focus on you. Self-healing, it does take time and a lot of self-love. Remember, open wounds don't heal into scars overnight. Take the time you need in order to feel happier and healthier within yourself. There is no rush. So let's continue and end the reading with these bad boys. Be right back. All right, the finale of this reading, final messages is La Poète is music, laughter, beautiful dresses that swirl. This night, the worries and the problems of the outside world disappear. Amongst the dancers, a figure captures everyone's attention. The shine of embroidered silk, a hand gesture, a crystalline voice. I love how expressive they are. I do love this book. The poet is life incarnate. Oh, it's beautiful. Pure and absolute. Anyone met is for him an immediate love at first sight, and the attraction is mutual. He has a sonnet for every flash of passion. Whatever your doubts, it's time to open up your court. Where is your elevator? I don't know where it is. Ah, it's funny. I thought that this was at the top. You have Magician ×2. I'll show you. That was at the top of this because I don't know where your elevator is. Oh, it's here. So, little double whammy Magician coming through. Whatever your doubts, it's time to open your court and to someone and give into this thrilling chaos. And then true happiness will be offered to you. If it's inverted, we'll look at both. He is a lonely poet who has been so careful to spare his heart that no one knows who he really is. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. It proves that we are alive and that some things are important enough for us to be afraid of. That's big. Instead of isolating yourself and refusing to socialize, try to reach out and meet new people. So for some of you, that's your message. So let's go to La Reine, which is here. Hold on, I gotta translate. Select all. Translate. Okay, the Queen. Oh, we got the Queen here. The throne room is austere, lined with tapestries and portraits of former leaders. You do have rising up here. So I did see that you are someone that's supposed to make some healing changes in the world. Really be a leader. Maybe some of you are meant to be a big leader. Maybe it's just leading a few that makes all of the difference. You don't need to, it's like one person can change the world. So basically, the throne captures attention. It represents the power and sacrifices of those who sat there. The Queen now occupies it, tall and proud, ready for a day filled with difficult choices. Interesting, because I got a tickle. Hold on. Total tickle in my throat. I think my eyes are even watering. Maybe somebody's having throat chakra issues. That just kind of came out of nowhere. Maybe somebody's afraid of their own power or speaking up. Maybe somebody's afraid to speak up because they know you are powerful. It represents power and sacrifice of those who sat there. The Queen now occupies tall, proud, ready for a day full of difficult choices. This is a position she has achieved by working hard. And she will not run away from the responsibilities born of her ambition. You have given up many things to get to this point, but regretting your decisions will only tarnish the merit of what you have accomplished. More such challenges await you. Accept the fact that reaching your goal is worth it. Reversal, the Queen, refers to a situation in which sacrifices have been made without obtaining anything in return. It's martyrdom, you know? Oh, woe is me. So much that I sacrifice and nothing is coming in. Nobody understands. The universe is against me. Maybe not. Maybe the universe is giving you the challenge because you're supposed to accept it and rise above it. No matter the time, concentration, or energy instilled in this task, the result is just not what you expected. Maybe you should review your approach or accept the fact that sometimes there is no equivalent exchange. Ooh, okay, let's see. And the last one is la journée. Journée? I think I got that right this time. Wait. I know you're sitting here watching me try to fumble with this iPad, but I will get it. I will do it. Select all. Translate. There we go. La reine. Interesting. Or no, la jumeau actually means the kidney. Determination. It's also the twins. Maybe I did see the two boys or two brothers. Maybe they're twins. Maybe it's, divine twin kind of energy as well. A quiet courtyard, the sweet rumor. Oh my goodness, hold on. I feel like I'm going to do this. I'm going to get through this, but I feel like I actually have to blow my nose. Like all my sinuses just went cray-cray. We can't end the reading with like snot coming down my nose. I mean, we could, but we're not going to. Also, when like that, I feel like maybe that's tapping into maybe somebody that was a runner. That could be running from the truth, running from you, running from something, maybe running from success, running from a transition. Extra message, let's see. The quiet courtyard, the sweet rumor of a nearby tea room. I did see the tea. Or I saw coffee, but the little, coffee shops in Paris. And the brilliance of a peace-breaking argument. Ooh, okay. Twins were born at the same time, but in perfect opposites. The first is dreamy, charming, surrounded by friends, and the other is less sociable and more hardened by the injustices of life and a sense of inferiority. Their rivalry is purely personal. Far from judging the other, they judge themselves. Maybe if you are in a, twin flame kind of situation, maybe how, you had similar situations, similar-ish environments, but handled it totally opposite. Maybe it's also that you handle something pretty similarly, but your outside environments or overall situations were completely opposite. Something to ponder on. But this is bringing that energy into you. But maybe not overly judge yourself. Have grace with yourself. Have compassion with yourself. This card deals with a very particular relationship in your life. I mean, that would be a particular relationship. Maybe some of you are twins, or you know someone that's a twin. You are linked to this other person, but injuries affect the harmony of your connection. Be kind. Take the time to analyze your attitude. Do you maintain old habits or resentments? I mean, you did start with the 6 of Cups. There is goodness in admitting we're all human. It's very strong. Say, dude, fucked up. I fucked up. Let's make amends. Or I learned from that. Maybe some people have that self-awareness, some people do not. If this card is inverted, It deals with your relationship with yourself. The balance is lost. So it could be kind of like a Gemini energy, like this way, that way, you know, one mind, the other mind, back and forth. You are torn and have trouble making decisions, or maybe you alternate between periods of frantic productivity and apathetic demotivation. Ooh, that is extreme. It's time for you. Invigorate and find a positive solution. That's what I saw with the things in the sky, you know, or the dilemma, the conspiracy theories. Instead of looking, even if it's any kind of subject that's out there in society or on the old TV or the news, it's look at, like, why don't they have more like chicken soup for the soul situations on the news? Heroes. It's all like bullshit and celebrities and trials and tribulations and war and politics and all that programming to get you in the energy of fear. Sometimes you gotta cut that shit off. Turn it off. If you're listening to all that stuff, you're letting all that crap in your space, in your vibes. And if that is something that you are drawn to, but yet there's something that maybe you don't feel right, or it doesn't, you don't like it's not positive. Maybe you're the one that's drawn to something not so positive because you're the one to bring that positive light to a situation that nobody else is. How can you be the one to do it? How can you be the one to break that mold? And if there's a mold that you feel like you've been smushed in, maybe you got to break out of it yourself. Sometimes you just have to really go dark, turn all that stuff off. Remember who you are. Remember something really deep in your soul that connects to maybe who you are becoming or who you could become instead of what was installed in there. And that might not be you at all. But maybe that is a big lesson that somebody else has to learn. And if there is still something that you feel like drawn to, are you drawn to it to get healing? Are you getting anything out of it? Or is it just kind of swallowing you, sucking your energy away? Because I feel like some of that draining kind of energy that's out there, you guys are going to be the one that, I don't know. I actually see your light like pushing some weird hairball down the clock, like down the drain. You know, it's so gross. Maybe something was tangled or a knot or like sludgy kind of energy. And you're just going to kind of be like, what is that? You're going to be like the spiritual Drano and just cleanse that situation. I don't know why I just thought of Back to Black. It's like a pipe, but I'm a tiny penny rolling up the walls inside. We only said goodbye with words. I died 100 times. You go back to her and I go back to us. I love you much. Anyway, with that, I am saying goodbye to you. I love you so much. I hope this reading was helpful. Thank you for blessing my life with your beautiful light. I feel blessed to connect to you every single day that I get to be here with you. Thank you. And with this, I bid you adieu. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.